Hey, 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 guys. Welcome to the Unstoppable JaRyCu. This area should look kind of familiar to everybody. This is episode 4, I believe, by the way. This is where we had that awesome solar array in the last episode that I showed off to you. The environmental tech one. I'm pretty sure I showed it off to you. Um, well, we had a prank go wrong on the server, and somebody had it permanently set to night. And if you slept and turned it to day, it immediately went back to night, started raining, and then the cycle would repeat itself. Yeah, that caused an issue to where when I found the machine and broke it, because I'm a mod on the server, came back over here, there were creepers waiting, and I didn't see them because they were hiding, and yeah, it was like World War II. They blew up the entire area, blew up the solar array, and I cried a little bit. And then I took my pick and I made my awesome pick, the one I showed you in the last episode with the neat little vein miner trick. I took the pick and I put 5 obsidian upgrades on it to make it unbreakable. Took it off the tool forge, went to look at it, and got kicked from the server. Yeah, there was some sort of bug. I don't know what the bug was because I don't know how to read the bug reports. I'm not a tech guy like that anymore. But when I logged back in, 30 seconds later, my pick had just poofed and disappeared. So instead of recording another episode last night, I rage quit and went to bed because it was already around midnight anyway. Yeah, I was not a happy camper. Now, if you're looking at me, you can see there's a couple things that look different, right? Still got my signature sunglasses on because those are just cool. But look behind me. There's some little flappy things. Do you see those? Look at that, look at that. Because, yes, I have the angel ring. Woo, look at that right there. Angel ring, angel ring. And you notice I've got 88 grid power. Today has been an extremely busy day. So this is not where the grid power is coming from. This is generating 1, 2, 3, 12 grid power total. I moved the solar array up here. And we are up here for a reason. Let's do this really quick. I want to charge these up. Maybe I don't have to charge them up. Oh, I bet they use XP. I bet that's what they were talking about. I wasn't really sure. Well, check this out. I rebuilt the solar array. I moved it up here to get it farther from the creepers because there's less chance that they'll spawn up here, and it's harder for them to path over. So that's a lot easier. Then I don't think you can see it. No, I hit it because I didn't want any chance at all of anybody breaking it. But I tunneled down through the mountain into the back of the base, and the inside of the base is wired now. Oh yeah, one of those creepers took out that entire refined storage system we built on camera yesterday. We can just say that I was not a very happy camper at all. I mean, it's rare when I'll rage quit a game, but I rage quit this game last night. So, I finished building this out for level 1. I think I showed you the ethereal glass. I can go through it, but mobs cannot. Other players can. So, got that. Got all the nice white tinted glass. Level 2, we did black because I didn't have enough white. I'd been mining really low, and the white's only about mid to high level. So I got a ton of this basalt. So I made black windows to match. Oh yeah, we've got a tree growing up in the middle here. We're going to deal with that in a little bit too. I'm using the Ender IO. Let's see. Inverted lights. These are not the powered lights. These are the regular ones. They don't light up as big of an area. But I'm probably going to switch to the powered ones pretty soon. I'm starting to build out Ender IO as well. But look at that. How cool is that? Now, I did do one thing. I did not build a staircase going up to the next level. And the reason for that is we're going to use the Ender IO teleporter thingy. Let's see, what's it called? Ender. Let me find it in here. Charger, vacuum chest. No, it's not one of those. I just had this pulled up so I was looking at it. I know this makes for great TV, right? Sitting here watching me click through JEI. It'll be alright though. Wireless charger, painting machine. Oh, this guy, the travel anchor. We're going to make this guy. And what we'll do is we'll put one of those in each level, like one right here, one right there. And as we build up, we'll keep adding those in because those guys right there are going to act just like elevators. You know, you look at them and hit the right mouse button and boom, you're upstairs. Now, we'll go look at upstairs in just a minute. I've encased the tree in glass because I haven't closed the roof in yet, and I probably won't since it's still wide open and occasionally a zombie or something will fall through. And I don't want a creeper to fall through and come and wreck us again. So I rebuilt the system. This is one thing I forgot to show on camera yesterday, the grid. This is how you actually access the items, and I guess that would have been kind of handy to show off. Yeah, I don't do everything correctly the first time. You're going to learn that about me. Okay, the angel wings. The angel wings used to fit on a bobble slot, and there was an update recently, and now they no longer go in a bobble slot. I don't know what the problem is. I'm hoping there's going to be another update coming out soon that's going to fix that for us, but until then, they have to be somewhere in your inventory. So we're going to stick them down here because I like to just shift click. So the grid is really, really simple to make. I don't have it synced up. Okay. The grid, there's several different grids, but you always start with a regular grid. That's one of those machine casings, which is the quartz iron. It's going to be 2 of these improved processors, which are a piece of gold made in one of those, a piece of silicon made in one of those, and you throw it all together into the solderer. So you need 2 of those. You need, what's this guy called? The construction core, which is the basic processor, a piece of iron, one of those, and a piece of glowstone. And you need the destruction core, which is another basic processor and a piece of nether quartz. Throw them all together, you get one of these guys, which is all well and good. But what's the point in having all this power if you can't just craft it right there, right? So then you go on one step farther and you make the crafting grid, which is the grid you just made, plus a plain old Minecraft crafting table, plus an advanced processor, which is a diamond, a piece of smushed silicone, and a piece of redstone. You got one of those, put them in here, and pop, this guy comes out. And then you don't have to attach them with wires. As long as these boxes are touching, then it's all wired together and they all get power. Everybody's happy. Now this is the disk drive. I took the 1K drives that we made yesterday. Let's go back and look at this again. Let's see. Disk, here we go. Yesterday we'd made 6 1K disks, remember? Well, I decided if I'm going to move all my inventory into this, let's go on and make it bigger. So I made the 4K disk instead. The 4K takes 3 of your 1Ks, add some stuff to it, and then makes a 4K. So you put 3 in, you get 4 out. It's kind of a win-win, right? Well, I sat here and I made 8 of them. So now I can store 32,000 items in here. I've already got 2,500 in. That number is a little misleading though, because I'm going to step further, and I moved all my storage drawers. These are all the ones from the mining entrance. Remember that? I hooked all the storage drawers up into the system. And the way you do that is you make a drawer controller. We can do it 2 different ways. You can do it the really hard way, which I sat here for 30 minutes figuring out how many materials I would need to do. And then I just happened to check the Refined Storage wiki, and it's like, no, you idiot, just hook it up to the drawer controller. It didn't really say that, but in my head, that's the way I read it. So luckily I hadn't made anything yet. So I made a drawer controller, which is really easy to do. It's just, ooh, okay, let's try this with an @ sign in front of it. Drawer controller. There we go. Okay, so all you need is some sort of drawer. It doesn't matter which one. It can be anything from the mod. A diamond, 2 Minecraft redstone comparators, and 5 smooth stone. And it turns into one of these guys. And what that does is, as long as it's touching a drawer, any drawer that touches that is now hooked to it. There's also something called paneling, I believe. Let's see. Trim, that's what it's called, trim. So it's made to look like a floor if you use wooden floors. So if you want storage drawers here and storage drawers there, you can run the paneling across the ceiling, across the floor, across the other wall. You can put it wherever you want to put it. And it'll connect the 2 sides together. That looks pretty neat. But what we did was we hooked all that together. I moved all these things. There's this really nifty thing called packing tape. Yeah, it's really called packing tape. So we're in the tooltip that says seal drawers for moving. Now I'm not going to pretend like I knew this. The guy that owns the server, JC is what we call him. I asked him this morning. I'm like, dude, is there like what was that thing called? I can't remember what it's called. The thing you made in 1.7 that would scoop it up. It would give you slow motion, but you'd be able to move stuff. And he said, no, just use packing tape. So I Googled it well, not Googled it, I looked it up. Oop. And the recipe is just a slime ball of some sort, any color works, and 3 pieces of paper, and you get the packing tape. So you take the packing tape, and you do this number. Actually, let's use the one, good enough. We'll just do one of these. This one. And what see how it puts the X on it? I want to put that up. You can keep on using it. I think you get about 8 drawers out of it. And now if I were to pick this up, where did it go? It probably went back here with my luck. I'm going to show you all the wiring too, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's see how my inventory down there. It is still sealed. It's going to stay that way. Still got all the stuff in it. It doesn't tell you on that info, but that's okay. But then you're just going to put it back wherever you want it next. Oops. Did I put it up there backwards? Tell me I didn't put it up there backwards. I put it up there sideways. That's even better, right? Who needs to see it? You can just put it like that. We'll take the one that's almost broken. Pull it back out. Oh, that time we caught it. Okay, you know what? We're going to cheat just a little bit. Since I got these angel wings now. There we go. And when you put it back, the tape automatically pulls itself off. So it's one-time use, but you can use it a bunch of different times. So now all that's hooked in here. Now what I did here, let me show you how you do this. And then we'll come back to the other thing I did. Come around back here, and see this piece right here? It's called an external storage. It's kind of like the old item import bus from Applied Energistics. You put it back here. You can whitelist things. So if you only want certain things to go in, then you just stick them on here. You set the priority. 0 is the lowest priority, and then anything higher is going to be a higher priority. So I set this to 10 just because I like 10. That's a good round number. You can put it as 1 if you wanted to. And then what happens is, go over here and look and see we've got 4,000 cobble, 4,003 it looks like. Those are actually up here. See, 4,003 are in that drawer. So I can take one out, or I can take a whole stack of them out. If I want to, I can throw them in through here. Still shows up here, but they end up here. I can go over here. Now watch, I'm going to have this off of my toolbar. Double right click on this, and then poof, they're gone. And guess where they are? They're back up there again. How cool is that, guys? Power-wise, we're using a little bit of power. We're using 17RS, which is the refined storage unit. It's identical to RF, Redstone Flux. Apparently in 1.10, nobody got together and said, hey, let's just use one power, so they're all using separate power. But if you look through here, it tells you, there we go. The importer is using 1 RS per tick. I've got cables using nothing. External storage is using 1 RS per tick. The solder is using 3 RS per tick. Disk drive at 8 and crafting grid at 4. Now I can set it up so these things feed off a lever. And then I can just flick a lever and flip it off. But we have, what was it, 720 RF per tick, and I've got 1,000,000 storage sitting up there. I did not hook the immersive engineering capacitors back up. I just made 2, what do you call them, Ender IO capacitors instead. Now over here, I do have a wooden storage crate from Immersive Engineering. And the reason I put that there is normally this hole isn't here. I've been trying to figure out some sort of door to put here. Like I was looking for the trap doors, but they don't exist. Tinkers didn't put them back in. So I'm going to put some sort of door here so this is hidden so you can't see going back here. By the way, that's where it comes down out of the top of the mountain back there. And I use the mid-grade Ender IO conduit because it handles, I think it was 5,500 or 6,500 RF per tick. And I want to build something big, but I'm not going to build something that big, I don't believe. And if we do, it's easy to upgrade. You just click on it and it upgrades. But I use this instead of a chest because this will open with blocks on top of it. Pretty nifty, right? On the back of this, I put an importer. You can whitelist it, but here's what this does. Now, I don't have any upgrades in it, so we're going to just pick something to be kind of not too slow. Heck, we'll just stick these guys in here. Yep, come back. Okay, all you do is, you've been out mining, you stick all your stuff in there, and look at that, they're all gone. And they're going to be right back here at the bottom of the list where we took them from. automatically sticks them in there for us. Kind of hard to beat that, right? As you saw, this conduit goes back here again. I ran it all the way down to the end of this room. And that way, I'm planning on making a bunch of the Ender IO machines. I know I talked about Britannia, I believe it was the other day. But we're going to make these Ender IO machines because there's a couple things I want to make, and it's just easier. And then we're going to get into Britannia. But I want to make I wanted to make those, the elevator blocks, whatever they were called. Just because it's easy, so I can get up and down. And I wanted to make a couple other things, and we're going to make wireless power for this as well. I don't think I'm going to do the wireless this episode. I think we're going to make the Ender IO stuff really quick. But you kind of get the idea on this, right? Pretty cool, huh? Now, we're going to expand this out. I think Ender IO is going to stay in this little section. I may wrap it on the corner here. And we're going to have like full auto crafting going through here. That's going to be really, really cool. We'll need another grid. We'll need some other stuff going on too, but we're going to make this work out. It's going to be cool. So I'm going to leave that wall open because I'm still doing some work back there. And let's warp upstairs real quick. Let's see, it's FTB warp. And I gave it a really interesting name. Meh 2. Bam! Now we're up here on the black level. I put more of these lights up here, but I did run out of them. And the reason I want to use the more powerful ones is I had to stick some on the floor. Oop, I hear a zombie. But I don't see a zombie. I guess he's up on the roof. Yeah, he's over there somewhere. So if you can see him out the window. Oh, check him out. That skeleton's eyes are glowing. He looks pretty cool, doesn't he? Ha ha, you can't get me. Ha 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 ha. But even if he did, I got on full diamond armor. Bouncy boots. Ooh, I don't need the bouncy boots anymore. I can take those off and put the diamond boots back on. Okay. So we got a bunch of stuff going on right here, right? Look at all the spiders out there. My server deaths have gone up some. Oop, I didn't mean to hit that button. It'll be okay. Most everybody's in the end. But if you look at the leaderboards, my deaths, I'm up to 8 deaths now. I know. That is not the way I normally play the game. I ran into a Quark ghoul in the nether, fully armored. Normally they'll just look like little Casper ghosts, but not this time. This guy was fully armored, and I was not very happy about that. Alright, so to get these things that I want to make, let's go back and find them again. Ender. Oh, crud, I forgot what it was called. Travel anchor, that's it. Thanks, internal memory. Not the decoration, not the real thing. So we need to make a pulsating crystal, which is a diamond around nuggets. Those are made from pulsating iron, which is made with iron and an ender pearl. I'm going to need, let's see, 1, 2, let's say 3 of these. Because I want one for this floor, one for the light floor, one for the dark floor. So I need to make 3 of those little guys right there. Now, if you were looking at the chat while I was talking, you'll notice that we've already gotten to the end. I haven't personally been there yet because I'm going to do that on camera with you. But we have gotten to the end, and one of the players, he's what we call a major OP player because he basically does everything better than you ever thought you could. He's killed the Ender Dragon probably 8 or 9 times. He's got full Draconic Evolution going on, and the server literally has only been up for like 4 days. It's just ridiculous how fast they're going with this. I don't want to go that fast because I want to make this series last a while and let you see what all is involved in this, and I like building stuff. So on my end, we're going to keep it going. Let's see, one more, come on, there we go. This one's called an ancient capacitor, as you can see from the tooltip. You find these in chests and villages and the nether, and in just random different places, desert temples and all. And they'll all have different names, and they'll have funny little things you can read on them. When they're not in the machine, you can actually read all the text, but when they're in the machine, there's a bug that makes them go off screen. But what they do is, like, this has normally got 100,000 RF, and it's 20 RF per tick. This tripled the capacity and tripled the speed. It makes it go a lot faster. It's basically a free capacitor. So anytime you see those, if you're going to use Ender IO, grab them. I've only got one so far. I don't have one for the sag mill. Makes me sad inside, but oh well, such is life, right? 1, 2, 3. Throw those in there. Okay. Travel anchor. We need these guys. 1, 2, 3. Haha, look at that. Guys, we're playing with fire. Now, I do believe we're going to need one of these guys. Ooh, dark steel. I haven't made that in a while. Obsidian, coal dust, and iron. We needed 2 dark steels. So, I need 2 pieces of coal, 2 pieces of obsidian, 2 pieces of iron. 1, 2. Need you, and obsidian. Alright. So let's go over here. And I don't know if you noticed a while ago, it's the same tooltip from 1.7. There's furnace only, all smelting, which is furnace and smelting, and alloys only. We're doing alloys only. Now we're going to grind this into dust really quick. But that way it doesn't accidentally like try and cook something when we put it in. I was going to go on and push that over there because I've got the, just like I showed you, I believe, I've got these set. This one pulls, so pull whatever's in the machine beside it. And this one pushes, so they're kind of cooperating. I don't think you have to set them both, but why not? Okay, there's one. What else did I need? Ender crystal. Ooh, I need an ender crystal. That's not good. Okay, so I don't need that just yet. That's okay then. According to that, we just put these guys down. Now, one thing I did when I was building this, I thought ahead. And when it gets back, is it nighttime? I'll show you this in just a second then. I'm just going to put one of these down. Let's put it... Heck, I like the spot. You like the spot? That's where we're going to put it. There's one. Now, when you're standing here, you can see stuff if there's anything to see. We're going to put one... Think about this spot. I think this spot right here. That'd be a good spot. If I'm standing on it, see how that one shows up? Oh, okay. You hold down shift. That's what it was. I was trying to right click. Oh, not a torch. There we go. Pretty nifty, huh? Let's go back upstairs. Warp JaRyCu.med2. Where should we put it up here? We should put it right here in this corner. This will show you something I did too. I left a 2 gap. We'll go down here and look at it. I left a 2 gap way all the way around down here. So if I can either do wireless stuff, or if I wanted to be lazy and just run cables everywhere. Doesn't sound very lazy, but you know, some people are like that. But if I wanted to run cables everywhere, I've got plenty of room down here to run cables. Pretty nifty, huh? Am I out of the hole? Oh no, out of the hole. There we go. I'm getting a little bit of lag. It's probably my fault. Yeah, I got a bunch of windows open. That's my fault entirely. All right, see, now we can see that one, and we can see that one. So I'm gonna get used to this in a minute. Bam, just like that. Now I can zip all around the base. Oh, that's too cool. I'll be honest with you, I've never actually built those before. I like that. I can go from this one to right there. Man, I feel like an Enderman. One more time. Just, oh, that's a lot of fun, guys. All right, now we're not gonna, well, I got the armor. I could go outside if I wanted to. And you notice my sword is green, right? Oh, I gotta look at it. The reason my sword is green, it's an emerald sword. But let's find out something. I don't know. Do I have any sticks? No, I have no sticks. Here's a neat little trick for you. You can take any of the wood. You can go around with the wood itself. And I'm not sure what mod does this. But instead of breaking this down into wood and then going around to get 4 chests, just put the wood down there and it pretends like you did all that. It skips a step for you. So that gives me 4 chests right there. Or I can do like that. And instead of breaking the wood down, I can just get 16 sticks out of it. That's pretty nifty, I believe. How much damage is this? Okay, that's 7. And that's 6 3/4. Same attack speed. So they're virtually the same sword. That does a hair more, I know. And when you get them enchanted, that's when I'd be interested to see the difference. But when I was dying in the nether lot, I just made an emerald sword because I had a lot more emeralds than I did. There's 10 in here. I've still got a few of those down in the mines. Let's go check that out. FTB warp. Oh, that's what I should do. You know what? Let's put one of these in the mine real quick. So let's make one more of those. So I needed one of those and one of those, right? We take you and you. Yeah, that'll give us the green metal. We'll put one of these in the mines also, because it gets old typing that stupid thing in every single time, you know. And yes, I know I'm being lazy, but I'm being retroactively lazy. There is a difference. Don't ask me to tell you what it is, because I couldn't, but just trust me, there's a difference. Throw the tape in there, throw that in there, throw that in there, throw that. Throw those in there. Haha! Okay, now this time, FTB warp JaRyCu.mine entrance. Alright, yeah, you remember all the storage doors right there? They're gone. All the ones up there are gone. And I did leave a little bit of stuff in here. There's some conduit binder. I'll take that with me because we could use that. I did make an Ardite pickaxe head, but I opted not to use it. Notice right now I've got 877, mining level cobalt, mining speed 25.31. Look at all the stuff I've got on here. It's cold-blooded because I made part of it out of a manualin. It's magnetic because part of it's iron. It's got a diamond modifier on it. 4 to 5 obsidian. I've got 5 of these obsidian plates on it. I'm sorry, that's this one. This one is, I used an obsidian sharpening kit. That's how I got it to be cobalt mining level. It's unbreakable because I've got 5 of those things, and each of those gives you 20%. So 5 times 20, 100%. It can't be damaged anymore. I have hit stuff till I am blue in the face. And I've also got 292 pieces of lapis on it. This is the new pick. This is not the old pick. Now the Ardite one, watch the stats. Durability went up. Whoa, why didn't I put that on there? Mining speed dropped by about a point, but... Oh, I know. I lost the magnetic modifier. And magnetic means too much, because it brings all the materials to you. And that may sound stupid, and some other people are going to be just in complete disagreement with me, but I like it. Okay, so, where did I put it? I don't want to leave it laying there. Even though it is protected, I've got another one of those ethereal walls right here. And I did test this out a while ago. There was a creeper standing right on that patch of snow, and he did not come after me. So I know he couldn't see me. Okay, we're going to put it right there. Let's see if it's got the range. Oh my lord, look at that. Oh! I'm sorry, that's just the coolest thing I found in the game so far. Now you see right there, about 280 blocks away, that's where my grid power is coming from. Let's just go in and we will cheat a little bit. Time set to 0. I love how this looks, by the way. I wish the windows weren't quite as dark, but I had to use the black to blend in. Well, I could have gone either light gray or dark gray, but it just looked better this way. Okay, we need to go back downstairs. Okay, we're going to go fly out there, but slowly. With the memory issues that 1.10 has, if you go too fast, it does mess things up. It creates lag for everybody else. Now, you see this line right here? This is funny. The guy who heads up the cursed group that I'm in said he followed me out here. We're 3,000 blocks from spawn, but he decided to follow me out here. Ooh, I want that ice though, and those bones. And there's a swamp over here, and he set up camp in the swamp, and then he immediately built an RF Tools quarry. Well, you see all the dirt over there, and all those trees that are just covered in dirt, and these trees covered in dirt, and that line of dirt going across here. His quarry did that. When I logged on this morning, my trees over here, the base level of all those trees was dirt. About, not the base, but about 2 levels up. So just over my head if I'm standing on the ground in front of those. It was dirt. I know, right? I looked at that and I'm like, somebody has pranked me on the server. But then I realized I have those chunk claimed and chunk loaded. So yeah, it makes no sense. Now, if you've watched my Direwolf series, you will have seen one way I set up my water mills. I use water mills from Extra Utilities 2 to make my grid power. I did it the right way this time. This is the way you're supposed to set these up. Most people don't use 7 of them because it doesn't take that much. Notice I'm generating 88 power right now. 76 of that's from here, I believe it is. This is the way you're supposed to do it. The way I did in the other one was I just made long rows of crosses, and it was very, very inefficient the way I set it up, speaking about land use. This is the way it's supposed to go. You do them in a diagonal. Then you do running water at the head, running water at the foot, and the water runs past it, and they all get running water, and they're all happy. All 4 sides get running water off of that, and you use minimal bricks, or minimal water blocks. Now, the way I did this, I had to use 4 water blocks, which is okay, who cares? It's water. There's an infinite amount of that. And they all run past. So I get at minimum 76 grid power at night when the solar panels aren't working. Pretty cool, right? Now, I'm not going to show you the other guy's setup. He doesn't do YouTube. He watches it, but he doesn't make it. But just in case he's looking to get in a microphone, and he might actually do it later, so we're going to leave his setup alone. But he's the one who made the mod pack. Uh-oh, I think we lagged up a little bit. There we go. Well, so many players, and some of the OP players on right now, it does lag up a little bit on this. This morning, I get up early in the morning. I was the only one on, and it did fine. Okay, you see how tall I built the tree? And you see the way this base is going so far. There will be more layers. I'm probably going to stop just below the tree. I may build the tree up higher because I want a mega tree. But I'm planning on making this a custom tree with like limbs coming out and branches everywhere. Just for the look of it, I think it would look awesome. And you can see how I built the base around it. You can see all the way down to the bottom there. So I think that's going to be really cool looking. Along with this too. We're going to expand this out. Eventually we're going to make this into a tier 2, then a 3, then a 4. Because the tier 4 does something like 55,000 RF per tick. So we're eventually going to get there too, guys. But I just looked at the timer, and I'm horrible at staying on track. We're already at the end of the episode. So, as always, thank you for watching the video. Thanks for coming back. I really appreciate that. If you like this one, hit the like button. Leave me some comments on stuff you'd like to see me do next time. My guy's hungry. He needs to eat. He's got pork chops. Hit that subscribe button and share this with your friends. Let's see how many more subscribers we can get. I'd love to see more people coming in, more comments, more activity, because it lets me know you like what I'm doing. So until tomorrow, thanks for coming out, guys. Y'all have an awesome evening.